everyone, welcome to the video. I'm Professor Amanda and class has officially begun. Now, the Remix Cup is almost over, but we would be remiss if we didn't show you some extra footage that we got submitted to us from a really good battler, ChidoriChu, who is from England, and he reached legend with this, so we're going to go over the team. As you may notice, it's kind of a spicy, fun team, so we have a Blastoise lead, and then we have a Shadow Golbat and a Ninetales in the back. So let's see how Chidori likes to play out these matches. Okay, so spice on spice here. We have a Shadow Venomoth, probably running Confusion. Yep, looks like it. And Blastoise is just water gunning this to town. So we'll see. He probably is going to stay in for at least the first charge move. Chooses to go ahead and just take it. It's most likely a Poison Thing, right? Yep. Okay, so we got a Poison Thing in, and now let's see what he decides to do. He's gonna keep going up, charging past a Hydro Cannon, hoping that he will probably get to 2, choosing to throw. Now let's see what the Venomoth decides to do. Venomoth shielding up the first one, and will he be able to reach a second one before the next Poison Thing? He is able to. Very, very nice. Okay, so now it's up to the Venomoth. Do they want to go 2 shields down? Let's see, looks like they do. Okay, and down goes that Blastoise, but it's okay because of this Ninetales is coming in. I'll assume it will also tank a Poison Thing here. Again, knowing that it won't do terribly much damage, but since it is a Shadow Venomoth, it does do a healthy chunk, and it looks like, of course, the defense falls with the Poison Thing damage. In comes a Regirock. This is not great for the backline here. Gonna go for this Weather Ball. It's not gonna be effective against the rock typing. Maybe he should have chose to go ahead and farm up to a Solar Beam. Maybe he'll do it this time, seeing how little damage it did. Nope, going straight for another Weather Ball here. It's gonna be kind of dangerous because the Golbat also doesn't want to take a Stone Edge. I assume that he's gonna maybe just let this Ninetales go down. Yep. By the looks of it, very brave, banking this all on the Shadow Golbat. Let's see how this works out for him. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wing attacking here. It's not effective against it, and as we know from all the leagues here, the Reggies charge up so fast with that lock-on damage, shielding up the Stone Edge because it would do major damage to the Golbat, and he's going to go all the way up to a Shadow Ball. The opponent realizes it and switches out to a Beedrill, but he's going to go ahead and release the Shadow Ball onto the Beedrill, and probably have a lot of energy still saved up. He's still got a shield left as well, so it's going to go ahead and farm down this Beedrill and then Shadow Ball the Regirock, I imagine. Regirock's probably already almost at another Stone Edge, but at this range, the Golbat can comfortably shield and Shadow Ball, and that should be game number 1. Let's see how this works out. Yep, Stone Edge done. Almost at the Shadow Ball. Releasing it now. Will it be enough? Almost guaranteed, with that, especially with that extra shadow damage. Down goes the Regirock. Well played, Chidori. So let's go into game number 2. We have a Blastoise against a Probopass. Okay. Here's another kind of fun one. Immediately swapping out because he knows it's a bad matchup. Oh, and hard countering with the Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is an interesting pick because it can get to its moves rather quickly, and assumingly they're elemental punches, so this is either going to be a Thunder or Ice Punch, and it's going to do major damage to this Golbat. Yeah, look at that. Super effective. Takes down to about 1/3 health, but obviously the wing attacks are doing a lot of damage as well to this Hitmonchan, and Poison Fang is going to lower its defenses even more. The opponent doesn't bother to shield because they know that it's a lost cause. And Chidori has won back switch advantage, which is rather huge because he wants to get that Blastoise line back up on the Probopass. He doesn't want the Ninetales to see it. We didn't get to see if it was a Spark or a Rock Throw Probopass either right away. We just saw it. He's going to go ahead and lower the defenses here and just let that Probopass take out the Golbat. So there we go. Down goes the Golbat, and in comes the Blastoise. I assume another immediate swap out. And we have a victory, bane of most people's existence, right? The Shadow Victory Bow with the heavy razor damage can almost fast move farm down anything, but lucky for Chidori, he is just the answer in this. Ninetales, going ahead, super effective damage on the fire spins, and he'll at least have something to throw at this Probopass as well. The Probopass maybe can completely farm it down, but it will still be useless against that Blastoise in the back, especially with the shield. So they do shield it up. Will he be able to reach another Weather Ball? Those Weather Balls do come in really quickly. It does look like he will reach it, which is big. Okay. So this Weather Ball, it won't be enough to take out the Probopass, but it will put it really, really low. And it looks like we have a little bit of mutual lag here, but oh, no, never mind. The opponent realizes that they won't win this matchup, and they go ahead and top left. Next game, we have a Blastoise against a Rainy Castform. This is rather neutral, except obviously the Rainy Castform has a much better charge move to use. It can bait with a Weather Ball, or it can go straight for the Thunder, and makes it a little bit of a guessing game for the opponent. So looks like Chidori is just going to go ahead straight for the Hydro Cannons, looking to do chip damage. At least the Blastoise is lined up with the Rainy Castform, and it will ensure that the Ninetales won't see it, because none of the line actually really does that well against Castform. So he's going to make sure to get it as low as possible so he doesn't have to deal with it in the back. We're getting up to another Hydro Cannon here. Go ahead and releasing. Yeah, I mean, most of the time the Castforms won't want to shield anything the Blastoise is throwing, because none of the moves are effective against it. Chooses not to shield up anything, and we'll be able to throw this. Chidori double shielding the Blastoise. I assume that at this point he's just going to farm down that Castform. Good block there with the Thunder. Down goes the Castform. Has a decent amount of energy in the Blastoise, so let's see what's going to come in. Ooh, the Dragalge. Well, this is dangerous, but he will be able to reach that Ice Beam. He's going to bait. Okay, baiting with his Hydro Cannon. Let's see what the Dragalge... that one, the dragon thing. That's a hard word to say, Dragalge. Anyway, okay, so swapping in that the Shadow Golbat is a safe swap, and the opponent switches out amazing on the charge move, catching this Poison Fang on the thing that came in, which is a Frostlass. Frostlass is not something this Golbat really wants to see. Probably going to be able to get to that Avalanche. They're choosing to get a little bit greedy, over-farming a bit, because they know they want to be able to throw at whatever comes in the back, but now it is double debuffed, and with the Kanto Ninetales in the back, it's not going to be that safe for the Frostlass. However, looks like it still will be pretty close, because none of the moves that the Ninetales can throw at the Dragalge will be that effective, so looks like Chidori is kind of in a rough position here, just by matters of team composition. So yep, able to go ahead and farm down. In comes that Dragalge. It's going to throw an Aqua Tail here, which is super effective, obviously, even though it is a rather puny move. Aqua Tail taking it down to a little over half health. And Chidori realizes that it's an unwinnable game and bows out gracefully. So now we're on to the fourth round of this matchup. We have a Blastoise against a Diggersby. You'll love to see it. That thick bunny doesn't stand a chance. Immediately swapping out to their hard counter, a Wigglytuff, only to see a poison user, a flying poison user at that, that's going to just keep on lowering this fairy's defenses, which is good. Look at, oh my goodness, Poison Fang, such a low, small move, but man, watch that Wigglytuff go down. Oh, and Chidori not wasting any time. He doesn't want to put a shield out. He's not going to go for a farm down, throwing a second Poison Fang, assumingly the opponent won't shield. They do shield because they are going to try to reach a charge move. Now it's up to Chidori. He is going to shield because he wants to keep that good alignment at the beginning for Diggersby versus the Blastoise. But unfortunately for the opponent, now it gives him a lot of energy, and he'll be able to at least throw a Poison Fang at whatever comes in. Obviously going to throw a Poison Fang at this Diggersby because the Shadow Ball would be not very effective against the normal typing. Not only is this great in terms of lowering its defenses, but it also will ensure alignment against the Blastoise in the back. So this is pretty good. Blastoise does need to be wary about that Earthquake though, so we'll see how the opponent decides to play this out. They definitely can't farm down the Golbat because it just has much up. They choose to swap out into this Frostlass. Immediate hard counter. I assume we'll see another top left. No, the opponent just gonna go ahead and play it out. I doubt he bothers to shield this, even if it's a Shadow Ball. It doesn't really matter at this point. We're going to save that shield for the Blastoise. And yep, charging up a ton of energy. Maybe we'll release one Weather Ball so they can't get off another Avalanche. And we'll see what the opponent decides to do. Will they block the Frostlass, or will they protect that Diggersby at all costs? Looks like they go ahead and exit the match. A lot of conceding going on in these last matchups that pushed Chidori to Legend. Oh, this is an interesting matchup. We have a Blastoise versus a Zweilous. So as we know, that the Dragon Breath pressure is just very oppressive. Doing a safe swap very quickly into Golbat. Gonna go ahead and Poison Fang the Zweilous, and then I assume the Zweilous will switch out to lose that defense debuff. But we will see for sure. Still does a decent amount of damage, and in comes a Haunter. Okay, so Haunter gets to his moves very quickly, as we know. Haunter, as we know, is a glass cannon, but he just really releases energy super quickly. Shadow punching, the Golbat barely survives, is able to get to this Poison Fang. That's huge. So obviously not effective, but as glassy as it already is, it doesn't want to get debuffed anymore. We'll see what the Chidori decides to do. He's going to go ahead and wait out the switch timing, allowing things to line up a little bit better for him again. And I assume he'll just go ahead and farm down, maybe block once. Can you hear the dog? Ooh, looks like they tried to bait. Didn't work. Chidori didn't fall for it. Only got Shadow Punched, and is going to go ahead and save the shield for the Zweilous Body Slam that's coming in. Dragons are pretty difficult for this team because neither the Blastoise nor the Ninetales really has much of an answer for the Zweilous. I assume the Zweilous probably thinks this is an Ice Beam, and maybe will block it. Indeed, okay. And then they're going to go ahead and, I guess Chidori at this rate is just hoping that it gets to another Hydro Cannon. It does not, and he's going to go ahead and let the Blastoise go down to this Body Slam. And now in comes the Ninetales to clean house. Hopefully, I think the best he can do is just block and farm down, even though these aren't going to really be that effective. It looks like they CMP tied here with the Weather Ball and the Body Slam. Let's see what they decide to do. So did it register? It did not. They automatically switched out to a Fortress. Okay, okay. Interesting. Fortress needs to land the Earthquake, but as we can see, the Ninetales is out of shields. So this will be interesting. They do block up the first one, but unfortunately for them, Chidori's already at the second one. The Fortress does not want to see this fire damage because it is 4 times effective being Steel here. And in comes that Zweilous again, and it looks like they just stopped attacking. They realized that they were going to lose. Weather Ball's just coming quick, and even though it's not that effective on the Dragon typing, it will be enough to take it out at that range. So thank you so much, Chidori, for submitting these battles to us. Guys, if you have any battles that you want to see, teams to try, showcasing some of your great battles, go ahead. There's a link in the description below to a Google Forms document. Send them our way. We want to feature these things. Also, if you have any suggestions for us, for things that you'd like to see, we are all ears. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we will catch you guys in the next one.